So that brings us to the most valuable topic of today's discussion. So after this disastrous performance, what changes do you see in the side? What is the new batting lineup? Whether the keeper changes and who replaces Virat and Shami? Because I think Shami is not available for rest of the series. So all these are valid questions we'll discuss. So starting with the batting lineup, so who will be the two openers? So starting with Mayank, what is your opinion on that?
See, I am very, very open here, right? There are so many possibilities. And so one option is that you get Shubham in place of Kohli. That is one option, right? The
But that is
other
at
one is,
number four, you are saying. No?
yeah, yeah, number four or number five, depends on whether you pull Rahane up or not. That's fine. Middle order
So
and opener, right?
we'll come to that. First, who are the openers for you?
See, I personally would want Prithvi Shaw to continue, right?
Mhm.
And just have Shubham Gill in place of Kohli, and that's it. However, there is a lot of pressure to get Rahul in, right? Especially after that abysmal performance, you would really want someone with experience to come in, and that's why there'll be a lot of push to get Rahul in, and there'll be a lot of pressure on the coach and staff and our new captain, right? But where do you play Rahul? That's another question, and that's why I was talking about middle order and opener together, because I won't be surprised or even unhappy if Rahul plays at number four, for example, right? Because then he will get 3 games as number four. And that is what happened with him in other formats also. He is a regular opener, but Indian side never had a place for opener. And he's too valuable a player to miss out. And that's why we made place for him in middle order. It worked, it did not work. But now, being a wicket keeper batsman, he is in the white ball cricket, right? So why not in test? Why if do we want to try him in middle order in absence of Kohli, give him 3 matches, and he may be our 12th man like Rohit Sharma used to be, right? When if when Vihari was not there, we were playing Rohit Sharma at 6 or at 5 at times if there is any injury in the middle order. So that floater kind of a thing. Do you want to try Rahul there? That's I think another question there, right?
No, but
So
these kind of
I'm okay
things,
with anything, frankly.
yeah, but these kind of floating situations, I don't think a test match will have a floater kind of a situation. So, Rahul, don't you think
No,
your
no, no.
namesake
When I say
deserves
floater,
the opening position?
no, no. When I say once again, when I say floater, I don't mean that he can come at any position.
Mm-hmm.
I mean is if any of our 3, 4, 5 is injured or not available for selection in a particular test match, then Rahul can fit in. I don't want him as a floater within the playing 11. He should get a fixed spot whenever that is the case, and it's okay for him, and he can fit anywhere, to be frank. So if Pujara is not there, and if you want to give him a steady place, you put Rahane at one down and put him at five, which we have done in past also. Whenever Pujara is not available, we push Rahane up, right? And Rahane has always been a top order batsman as well, and who is playing at five, and in ODI also he played at four. So if you don't have space, you do this, and India has constantly done this with players, and Rahul could do the same in test also. So I'm open to that as well. I don't mind if he opens as well, but if he opens, then he only gets 1 match and he's out, because Rohit comes into the 11 directly, irrespective of how Rahul does.
That does not mean that Rohit would come in as an opener.
That's I don't think you should try anything like that, because you have decided that your first two choice openers are Mayank Agarwal and Rohit Sharma. Now you are adding that uncertainty that when Kohli is not there, you are putting Rahul and Mayank in opening and then Rohit Sharma down. In the next series when Kohli is available, who is your 11?
So,
Is Rohit
okay,
your opener or not?
if you are finding it difficult to talk about it in isolation, then give me your top six.
As I said, I'm okay with all options,
No,
and
no,
I,
you
I
have to
really
give
want
me
to
who,
see that.
if
Yeah,
you
yeah,
are the
yeah.
captain, if you are the captain, who walks in at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6?
Yeah, if I'm the captain and if I look at things in isolation, I would have Prithvi Shaw and Mayank Agarwal open, Pujara, Shubham Gill or Rahane. It's up to them who wants to come at 4 and 5, and then rest of the team as it is, right? Only
Okay.
because of that 36 for 9 in previous innings is where you are getting the pressure to have extra experience in absence of Kohli. That is where the case for Rahul comes in. Otherwise, I don't think there is any case for Rahul in playing
Fair,
11 in
fair
this
enough.
series unless there is another injury. That's my opinion.
Fair enough. So Rahul, what is your top six and why?
Okay. So, given the situation that India find themselves after the first match, I would want the next opening pair that we are going to try out to be technically stronger than what we have already put out in Adelaide, right?
Yeah.
So I would be willing to take a chance on Shubman Gill as an opener rather than continue with Prithvi Shaw.
Okay.
Uh, so I would rather, and we have tried KL. We have given him a long rope as an opener. International Test cricket. I am not sure whether he has a temperament to be an opener in Test cricket, frankly. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
so instead of going back to KL Rahul, I would rather have Shubman Gill open with Mayank Agarwal. Both are technically superior compared to KL as well as Prithvi Shaw.
Okay.
Yeah. So Pujara walks in at uh, 3, uh, Rahane at 4, KL at 5. 6 is still an open position. Whether
Yeah.
you go back to Rishabh Pant or whether you have Hanuman Vihari and then Riddhiman Saha. So that's again subject to discussion.
Mm-hmm.
I would personally continue with Shah. I don't think that the century justifies Rishabh Pant's redrafting into the side, given the fact that that was against a much different attack compared to what the Indian international team is facing right now. I don't think that century alone should sway the decision one way or the other. So I would continue with Vihari and Saha after that.
Okay. So your openers are Gill and Mayank.
Yeah.
So
Just
am I
one thing,
missing?
both of them have preferred Shaw as the opener, right?
No,
No,
Both
no.
of them would.
Rahul has
Gill and
preferred Gill.
Mayank. Shubman
So
Gill and Mayank.
so I think
But
I'm missing something. Gill, Mayank, Rahane is at number 3.
No, Pujara is a 3. 3
Pujara
is
3,
unquestionable.
Rahane 4.
4.
Rahul at 5.
KL Rahul at 5.
Acha, KL Rahul at 5. Okay, okay. So you are
so I just have one point.
yes,
I have
Anurag.
one point to make.
Yes, Anurag.
If take any combination of openers which you are talking about,
Mm-hmm.
if 90% chance are that Pujara is going to come to the ground within the first 5 overs, why don't you have Pujara himself open the innings?
You cannot have a short-term outlook for that, right? You have a settled batsman at number 3. At some point of time, you would want your openers to
I
develop.
think last
Uh,
time
if
our
you
biggest topic
continue
of discussion was why was the night watchman sent and is Pujara not settled?
correct.
So
So
if
both
he's
are two
anyways
different
not
things, right?
settled,
No. Sorry, those are two different discussions. Night watchman is a matter of you know just seeing out 2-3 overs when the match is just about to get over for the day. Here, the discussion for opener has got nothing to do with the discussion for night watchman.
so opener also the funda is you see out the new ball, right? First few overs you see out the new ball, and
No,
then when
it's
the
the
third.
opener's job is not just to see out the new ball. The opener's job is also to set the tone for the entire match, right? The opener's job is to stay there. In most of the batting lineups, you would have your openers as good as your number 3, number 4 as well, right? Look at
So-
Australia, right? David Warner scores as much as their 3, 4, 5, right?
So, but do we have any current opener who is capable to set the tone? So, first step is you see out the first few overs. The second step, you set the tone. So, setting the tone is a higher level competency thing, if I understand correctly.
No, but unless you give people enough number of games and try them out, how would you know that? How many games has Prithvi Shaw played? How many games have Mayank played?
And
Right?
Mayank
They
has
have
done
not played.
exceptionally well so far. Mayank's record is actually at par with all the best openers that we have had. But it's just that it's just a short history that we have, right? He has just been
Yeah,
there for
exactly.
2 years.
Like
Yeah.
Prithvi Shaw has only played 5 matches till now. What are you talking about? He has not
Yeah,
been
but
given enough chances
isn't
to do anything.
isn't that the whole point, Mayank? Why do we have openers who have played only 4 games or 5 games? Why don't we have a settled guy like we have Pujara at number 3 or Virat Kohli at number 4? Why have we not been able to find a consistent enough opener? That is the whole point, right?
So we had Rahul, Dhawan, and Vijay, who played for very long as openers. Okay, Dhawan was continuously failing outside the subcontinent, and then we had Vijay and Rahul for a long time, and Vijay was more rock solid to start with, and then suddenly we see maybe IPL impacted his game earlier, and after that, like probably he aged out, and now even Rahul was given a very long rope as opener. Neither worked, and now we are looking for other people. We and remember Prithvi Shaw was brought in first, but then he got injured, and in his place Mayank Agarwal came in, and then Mayank Agarwal delivered, and he continued as our primary opener. And that is when the discussion came in that why is Rohit Sharma not given that opportunity if he has done so well white ball cricket, and that is when he was pulled in. Otherwise, Rohit would not have gotten a chance before Prithvi
Yeah.
Shaw, right? So all that happened. So we are trying to find the right fit for opener. Now we have decided that our first choice openers are Mayank and Rohit, and our first backup is Prithvi Shaw. That is how we came about in this series. Now you are trying to judge a person after just 5 test matches. I don't think that is fair. As I said earlier, also, had you done the same thing with Kohli after England series, he would not have been such a big hero. Had you done this with Rohit Sharma, he would not have even played 30, 40 matches in ODIs, and now he is a ODI superhero, right? So, this is the thing. You have to give enough number of chances. When Sehwag came in as opener, no one believed he would do well. Now, everyone thought he's a T20 or a one-day batsman, but look at his test record. His test record is far better than a white ball cricket, and he was completely unconventional. Right?
Yeah,
So
but
if someone is unconventional and beats the standard wisdom,
mm,
we have a tendency of saying that let's drop him. That person is not the right fit. But I would argue against that. I would say give enough chances. If that person has proven himself in domestic cricket, in whichever form he has played cricket, if that person has proven himself, he should get enough chances. If you don't like him, if you are still not convinced with the technique, don't even put him in squad, but you select him, you don't give him a good enough run and you drop him just because it was 36 for 9. I'm not convinced with that.
yeah, but somebody has
So
to
that
put
is
his
why I
hand
want
up
cricket.
and take the responsibility, right? You can't just walk away with such kind of disaster without anybody taking responsibility. And on the other point is, like you are saying, Shaw should not be ruled out because of these performances. So on the other hand, should you consider Rohit Sharma to be your best opener because he has scored lots of runs in Indian conditions? Has he really proved himself for overseas opening slot? I don't think he has been
How many
judged for
games has
that.
he played? How many overseas game has he played as an opener?
That's what. So is it fair to say that he is your first choice opener? He has not even been tested in this situation.
See, his overall test record, I think his average is more than 45 already in tests. Okay, so that's not a bad average at all. And his average as an opener is much higher, which is mainly because probably he's only played domestic and very few away matches as an opener. Okay, and I myself have that doubt that he will succeed, but you have to try that out. That's the whole point. You have to try that out. Otherwise,
So,
there is no way.
so what we are saying over here, ki we have people over here who we think they are fit for opener, and we have to give them enough chance. In the past, there has been a series of people whom we have given enough chance and they have not passed. They have not succeeded. And we are also saying that selection is not a problem. So, do we see a problem that the talent pool available for selection for the slot of the opening in a test cricket that itself is so small and so not so great right now, that we are from the past few years we are continuously failing in finding somebody who is really good at that spot? Is that the problem?
Now, first see how the format is, like how everything happens. You first play a lot of first class cricket, which is mainly Ranji. Okay, Ranji and a lot of Duleep Trophy, etc., which are Indian leagues. None of these guys perform badly in India or in subcontinent. They are very good players. All of them have very good records. Okay,
But Mayank, just
but when you play
hold on
away,
to
that
your
is where you
just hold on to
sorry.
your thought there. So, I just want to bring in a point here that with BCCI having so much of money and so many contacts, don't you think county cricket or playing first class cricket outside of India should also be a parameter to pick for Indian sides? And why don't
And it
these
is.
young players go outside of India and play some domestic leagues there, like county cricket in England?
Okay. So first of all, there are India A games which these guys are playing. And the other problem is they cannot play county because they have enough domestic cricket happening, which
But
includes
why?
our IPL as well.
Why can't the BCCI pick and choose some players who they think will be forming our Test 11 in future, and they can send them to overseas leagues? Maybe Rahul, you can give your input on this.
Possibly. The thing is that the way the things work in India is that when you have age group cricket is mostly your limited overs format, right? You don't
Yes.
have under 19 test matches and all that. So I think a lot of new players coming in are more used to playing the limited overs format, and they have a higher chance of getting into the IPL, right, and making money
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Therefore, that has taken priority over all other forms of cricket domestically.
Yeah.
You have 19-year-old, 20-year-old people getting 30, 40, 50 lakh contracts in IPL. Why would you think that a young upcoming batsman would prioritize, let go of all those IPL lucrative contracts and try to prioritize playing county cricket? So I don't think that it's BCCI's choice. I think the way the entire domestic cricket is structured in India creates the incentive for all the young people to prioritize limited overs cricket over test cricket.
Yeah. So would it be fair to say that IPL being such a money circus is hampering Test cricket in India? And maybe okay, it is helping in white ball cricket, but is the red ball cricket suffering because of IPL?
Okay. See,
So
at this
I'll
point of time, when you have a team performing so poorly in one test match and you have a team which is going to
Yeah,
36 for
everything
9 in a
looks
test
bad.
match,
Yes,
yeah,
yes.
so everything would look bad. Just rewind 2 years and you would find India winning in Australia, right?
Sure.
Even with our great test batting lineup of Dravid, Lakshman, Ganguly, Sachin, and all, we did not win a test series, right? So 2 years back we won in Australia. So I'm just saying that uh, at this point of time, everything would uh, look bad, and it would be very easy to say that our prospect in Test cricket has got ruined and all that. But I don't want to be such a pessimistic person.
Yeah,
I think there is enough talent pool in the country
yeah,
to play well in India as well as abroad.
sure. So I think Gill definitely comes in, and KL also comes in. I am also in agreement with Rahul. So that leaves us with only one choice, that is either Riddhiman Saha or Pant. So I think Rahul, you have made your choice. You want Saha to continue.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Me too.
yeah. I think I also think Saha should be given another chance. So let's move to the bowling. So we'll end this section here, and hopefully we'll score good runs in the next match.